All right, channel. We are currently live right now. I say give it just a minute because I'm gonna pull it up on my. I should have started on my tablet, man. That's what I should have did because the tablet is I got more screen space and I can see and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think what it because I know I want to talk about your opinion on the rate, how you see it, and your experience from the trucking industry, and all right. So with that being said, go ahead and you start off. This is Boss Level Trucking. I'm JP with JP TV 3000, and this is the first official video of Boss Level Trucking. He's got a YouTube channel on the way. He's got quite a few videos. Some of his videos on my YouTube channel, like the video where you were talking about logging. So where you want to start at?
Well, we can start with the rates. Being that I've been in this business knocking on 30 years, like 28 years, I've seen seasons come and go.
Yep.
Uh, this time right now with this slowdown and the rate change so soon, to me, is not just a reflection of the economy because, well, let me say, not just a reflection of the economy. I know they're talking about the threat of a recession and all that, because transportation is gonna go. Even when the last time everything slowed down, transportation will go. My
Now,
view is that. Well, I want to
Chandler,
say this part. Go ahead.
I want to say when you said it slowed down, about when was that?
Well, it's actually slowing down now. The rates are changing now. And we're talking about drastic changes. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of fly by night brokers. That's one thing you have to avoid. But when you get two and three brokers that's got the same load, and all of them are giving you this lower rate, it's a given. It ain't like that because they're gonna cheat you regardless. You know what I mean? Uh, they cheat you on the rate, then they turn around and try to charge you to get your money early. So I mean, um, but that's what I see what's going on right now. Or what I mean, what's going on right now, it is an influx of trucks where not need be. You know what I mean? Need not be. Right now, it's
Yeah.
just too many trucks. They were talking about before the government. It's a trucker shortage. No, it's not. It wasn't a trucker shortage. You did that. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to turn around and it's going to drive the independence out of business. It's going to make you have to go to these companies, like what you're doing. It's making you have to gravitate to these companies that have the freight. What I mean, that's paying worth something. This low freight. After a while, the people with a note, a person that doesn't have a note that owns this stuff, he can kind of pay his insurance and do all right. But eventually, that's going to play out. You know, because it's going to be so many trucks. And right now, another thing, I'll tell you, it's this bidding shit. When you look up a load online, there was never no bidding. They post a load, put a price up there. When you call them, you negotiate. Right now, they're bidding because they know they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trucks waiting to get the same load. So they're going to go with the
Yep.
lowest guy that they can get.
Yep.
You know, I've never seen that before. A bid on the low. What the fuck? Excuse my French.
Hey man, say what's on your mind, bro. It's it's what the lives are for, especially when it comes to information. And I want to give a shout out to J Dub, Trucking with Ty. You guys can check him out on YouTube. He's also got a YouTube channel. Owen Trammell, he's got a YouTube channel. Checkmate One, Mississippi Trucker. G Nut. Heavy Pressure's got a YouTube channel. Silence and Secrecy's got one. Homeboy Apocalypse, he's got one, and he's supposed to be starting up some MMA stuff shortly. So keep an eye on them guys.
Homeboy
Uh,
apocalypse. What a name.
Miss Pearl, Rika Cherry, CC Trucker, Chasing Andrew Jackson, Tanker Monkey. Man, hey, I mean, I can keep naming, but as they most definitely as they pop up in the comments and stuff, I'll be shouting them out. But please go ahead and continue saying what you were saying because you were speaking on the rates and how stuff was then and now.
Uh,
And somebody hit my truck, bro, and I got a couple questions I want to ask. Me and you already talked
bro,
about, but I want to
go
give you a
ahead.
couple. All right, but I'm gonna let you continue telling the people who you are, and then we're gonna get back to that.
This is Boss Level Trucking, aka Captain Crunch. Uh, just talking about the question, maybe furthering on to the question that you asked earlier about the rates. It's just right now, in the South, flatbedding is is a really good job because in anywhere flatbedding, it's normally within 100 to 300 miles. You know, and I noticed, and I've been in flatbedding a long time, and I just noticed that right now there's just more trucks where there weren't trucks. The loads are going down, of course, we spoke about earlier, and um, it's just the availability of the loads where you need them at. They used to be plentiful. Right now, it's just so scarce. And I promise you, I'm speaking on just experience because right now, when you look on that board, I mean, I'm on there at nighttime. I'm looking at the board, and then I'm making sure I call these people because in the morning it may be gone that split second. It's like it's just crazy. And we're talking about a tremendous amount. Then the bidding part, what I was talking about, that used to be scarce. Right now, I see it more frequently where they're asking you to bid on low because they know they got the power. They've took the power away from the driver. Everybody's making money off of the truck except the truck owner. You know, and I mean that's just it's crazy, bro.
Now, now that you've let everybody know, your situation, who you are, you can still hear me good, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Somebody hit my truck. Now,
Oh Lord.
wait. This is one we already talked about. I got a scenario for you. Let's say, you've already hired a driver, and Derek Myers, he's been an owner operator for about almost a year or so, or maybe a little bit over a year, and he just got the driver on, and the driver's been running pretty good. Everything's been going good, and now his driver has gotten into an accident with multiple vehicles. What's some of the things that could happen, or what's your opinion on that? And as far as will it will or is that going to go on his FMCSA, and how fast do you think that would be there?
Oh yeah, of course. It's gonna go on there, bro. I mean, anything out breaks out of alignment, out of adjustment, any of that accident is like the top shelf. It's going on there.
I
The thing. Go ahead. Well, I want to
I
add. I
was
want to
gonna
say
say,
one thing.
yeah.
The thing about these drivers, that's why, man, I invested in this trucking, and I never thought. I'm just thinking about a driver. But the deal is that people are getting into this business, man, and they're fly by nighting them, teaching them in 3 weeks. Man, I went to school for 2 months, and then I drove with a lead driver for a month and a half. So that's basically 3.5 months of schooling. They're getting those CDLs within less than 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks. That's idiotic, man. Because when you get out here, bruh, these circumstances that you're gonna deal with, they can't teach you. It's an experience. That's why you need a lead
Yeah.
driver there. You know, at least 4 weeks to 6 weeks, like I had beyond schooling. You can't put these people through 3 weeks and then let them out there with an 80,000 pound battering ram, man. You know what I'm saying?
So with a situation like that, how long does it take the FMCSA to put that on your company?
It's immediately once the because DOT is called out, state troopers are called out, and then DOT is called out. More than likely, the DOT and the state troopers going to be one and the same. Um, and it's immediately like the next business day or whatever because that's a garnish, a tarnish. That's a tarnish on your record, and it's going on there immediately. It's a violation, and it's going on there. And the thing about it is now, honestly speaking, I can't speak on. I'm gonna jump a question because maybe you're gonna ask me this. I can't speak on how to get a violation off because I strive so hard to not get a violation on. You know what I'm saying? And I've been fortunate. So
So, how would that work out with the carrier? Is that going on the carrier's FMCSA immediately?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's whoever DOT number, MC number. At the point of the incident.
Okay, so do you know if they would have to wait on a trial or anything like that to be sorted out?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you got an appeal process.
Okay.
Usually everything has an appeal process or a court date. Um, most. Okay, I'm gonna say that this is old school. Maybe I should. I don't know. Cause they
Wait,
gotta
wait, wait,
get it
wait,
right.
wait, 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 wait.
Yeah, I
Uh,
may not better say this. This is something
yeah,
that
no,
old
no,
school
no, no,
truckers
not that.
know.
Not,
Yeah, I
not
don't
that.
want to. Yeah.
That's what I was kind of asking you generally.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say
Not
that. Cause that's
yeah,
like, that's like, no, no. Keep it straight and direct. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Experience will teach you. I've been at this thing like 28. I mean, it's not gonna. I thought it was 30 years, but as I get to counting, it's like more like 28. But you know, it's to me. I like to drive, and I don't care what the commodity is, the tank, the truck, the flatbed, the reefer. I don't care. You know what I mean? But I just had you have to learn them like you with that sand, in the thing. I didn't know because your girl, she said she hauled rice, and I'm like, I didn't know you could haul rice in one of them things. You know what I'm saying? So
If
now I
it's
got to get
dry,
my
you can haul
experience
it
on
in
that.
there.
Okay, right. What you have to get is like sprayed out, of course, right? It's got to be cleaned up. You know what I mean? Pressure
Um,
washed out.
what and what it was explaining to me is, as long as you're hauling light stuff, or so let's say if you're hauling sand, you can haul, other aggregate like that. You can haul, like
Oh, excuse me.
I don't want to say gravel, but it's kind of like it's like dirt, and because mainly sand, then you have your food grade stuff, but then you also have plastic, like a plastic pellets coming
Right.
out of somewhere going into, I think it's Brandon or Brookhaven, Mississippi. All right, so
Hmm.
you have plastic, then you have feed, and you have the difference between animal feed and then human food grade. You have to get it washed out in between those two, and sometimes you may have to get it washed out depending on what the company requires. So if you've had food grade flour in there, they'll probably want to wash out in between that food grade flour, unless you're going a short distance, and they're like, hey, that's fine going from the same place. But once
Oh,
again,
okay.
I've only done sand, and I'll be going back Tuesday or Wednesday. Hopefully, the stuff will be done with my car and the paperwork on the stuff back there that we talked about, and all that'll be done Monday, or at least be on the track. Cause I ain't supposed to wait around no more. I'm supposed to go out there and go get it. It's about time anyway.
Oh yeah, man. Because that's part of what you was asking me about. The market is just is getting like it was before, just in a cheaper sense. But like when you went up there to South Dakota, it's getting
Yeah.
like that now, man. To make any decent money where you can be above the fray, you're gonna have to go off into these places like that, man.
Now,
Again.
dude, believe it or not, I actually found a place a mile from the house and he gave me a quote on what they pay. He said, it's 48,000 a year or 50,000 a year salary and $200 a day for whale bonus. That was the biggest thing I was looking for. Okay, do y'all got whale bonuses and how much it is? And I did the math on that, and that was around 98. It was somewhere, I think it was like 98 a year, and I projected out at 250, 250 uh, whale bonus days within a year. And I'm looking at that like, okay, because that's the exact same thing I was doing. The only difference is the size of pipe that they work with down here. And a well bonus is it's what coil wireline get when they go out to work. Wireline is different. Wireline they'll get a bonus. Well, it depends on the company. They'll get a bonus for each run that they make. Every time they go downhole, they open up that well and go downhole. They'll get a bonus, and they'll get a bonus. And sometimes it's based off of the charges going off. So they go down hole, charges off. Hey, that's a bonus. They on the way out the hole, and then they may do 3, 4 runs in a day. Now, what their bonuses are, Halliburton told me when I applied for them. I cannot remember what it was, man, and I think it was somewhere between $40 and $70 a run for wireline. So that's 3 or 4 times 40 or 70 on top of what you're already making hourly. And that's really what makes it add up. Now, if I can do that and be a mile or around a mile from the house to there, you best believe a homie on show looking at that. Because the only thing I'm missing from my of my coil is having my crane license and running the stick. I've done everything else. I've done the ground. I've ran the pumps. I've pumped nitrogen with the crew. I've pumped nitrogen solo. I've run a combo. I've intermingled, and that's pumping nitrogen and fluid at the same time. So I've done quite a bit in the oil field where my oil field experience can stand on its own, independent of my CDL. So in a way, it's almost like having two CDLs. That's why I was all like, hey man, come up here, bro, try it out, cause dude, it's some stuff out there. It's some stuff out there. Liberty's paying between 70 and 100,000 a year, 14 days on, 14 days off. But it just depends on what a person wants to do, what they like to do, and you know what is what it's gonna be like. And West Texas wasn't for me, bro. It's just I'll just be honest with you. For me, it was a more miserable version of North Dakota. North Dakota was at least green. You know, you could have some nature, go fishing. There was like I don't know how to put it into words, but there was a man, there was a difference. But Chandler, man, what's some of your oil field experiences? And on top of that, you got oil field experience closer to home than what I do. Chandler, man, did you fall asleep, bro? Doggone. He may have he may have timed out. So give me a second, see if he'll come back here in a minute because he may not know what's
Hello.
going on. Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh man, I don't know what happened. I could hear you the whole time. No, my oil field experience, like you said, was local. We did a lot of oil wells in Louisiana, a lot of them in Mississippi. I want to say we did one in in Alabama that I was with. Um, but that was most of it, that and that's where most of all of my experience come from with the oversized, because we did it all. I mean, dump truck and 18-wheeler dump truck, tandem dump truck. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm sitting there
Okay.
trying to. I'm I'm here. I'm just making sure the live and the stuff is still rolling. But now, are you going back to heavy haul? Oh no, my bad, my bad. Are you going back to the woods, or is the woods an option?
It's all right money in the woods, man. I mean, it really is. But you know, you are beating up your truck if you don't take your time in and out of the woods. And if you're not with a good crew that's really opening the entrance so you can get in and out without tearing a window off or I mean not a window, a mirror off or something, scratching your truck up, uh, and maybe, man, like I said, if I can get a driver that I can really be comfortable with, because I know these vehicles are machines, that they're gonna fail, but the maintenance that you do prolongs the failure. You know what I mean? And if I can find somebody that'll work with me, I'll feel more comfortable, and I might go back to the woods. That was your question. And I can be local and have the truck here because I don't want to stop driving. I know it's coming. It's right now the flatbed part. I'm getting older now, so the flatbed part is really like ticking down. But the driving part, I still see a good future in it. But I see now where I probably would be a good mechanic. Like if I had 5 to 10 trucks, I probably could, you know, like I could, um, hell, how do you say? Uh, 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 I could structure them. That's not the right word I'm looking for, but I could keep them going, as well as work on them. I could dispatch them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, and right now, man, that's the only thing I could think of for as these new drivers coming out. Which you asked me a question earlier. You were saying that this guy got into an accident. I don't know what the circumstances are, but I just know with experience comes uh experience. It's like, when something happens, you have to think quickly on how to respond to it. Um, I've had my drive shaft come out going down the highway, not flying, let's say I was doing about 60, and it tore up everything, electrical, anything that sucker got, airlines. So I was stuck. I could not get it off the road. But one of the main things that you want to do is get it off the road, because you can always do anything to the truck, just get it out of the lane of traffic, that way you could possibly avoid a tow truck fee because
Yeah.
it may be something simple, what I mean, where as long as you get it out the lane of traffic, you get on the side of the road, you know, if you can't figure it out, maybe you can get somebody out there credible, hopefully, prayfully, that'll figure it out for you and that won't tax you too much.
Now, another thing I want to bring up is all right, we we both know where you at. Do you see that as possibly being a future hub for growing the trucking company from there? Because I know logging you could
N-
probably do. Uh,
No, just miss it. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, because you like
I know where
logging
you're going.
would logging work? Because that's predominantly what's in that area. Because I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know no flatbed company anywhere near there,
yeah.
unless you
No,
know one.
yeah. Oh, they are. Yeah, all around. I mean, it's all around here. I can't think of his name right now. There, God
Because you,
dog it. It's right
'cause
there in
you could
Columbia.
spot.
I mean, he moved from here, but he moved from here because when Katrina happened, what I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
nothing. It wasn't gonna grow. And I mean, it's just the truth. Jeff Davis County's not gonna grow, man. Then they're not allowing it. Those people, somebody's in pocket making money, and they're not gonna move the needle, because they already.
Chandler. It's Jeff Davis County. The name says it all. People who are
in
listening
the
don't know what we're talking about, but
in the
you
middle
know
of
what
nowhere. Yeah,
I'm
in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you got 40 miles everywhere, and there's nothing. Now you say 40 miles, 25 miles. 20. That's a long distance. 25 miles in every direction. There's nothing. So you got to move on, man. There's no. And then when you have people that don't want to try to bring in one kind of factory, you could bring in
one business.
one thing, just
Yeah,
one, and
something.
employ 50 to 100 people and make a difference, man. Try to grow from there. But these people, that's that old mentality. They got their little nest in, they making their little money. But now, for the trucking industry here, no. The only thing about trucking, the beautiful thing about trucking, the most amazing thing about trucking is that the truck driver can live anywhere he wants to,
Thank you.
and he always have a job. It don't matter if the town ain't got but one stoplight, no stoplight, or just a stop sign. He can live there, and he can just go off and work, make his money, and come back home.
And not only that, thinking about like you said, trucking pays above average by the state of Mississippi. The state of Mississippi's um damn, the state of Mississippi's median income is around the $40,000 range. Like the company drivers are almost doubling that. So that's and I know it also depends on where somebody works at, but you know, man, that's a benefit in itself. And like you said, a truck driver can be mobile, which is that's how I've been able to come across on some of the deals that I've come across is you already got the trailer. So you can put something in it that you want to put in it. If you would, looking to start a side business, selling cars or selling clothes, opening up a clothing store, a shoe store, you've already got one big piece, which is being able to transport a wholesale purchase, or even being able to go get your own shipping container from a product that you're having manufactured or made overseas to where you're at, so that you can distribute it and sell it and be part of that economic flow of commerce.
Oh yeah. Um, these people do it. I overheard a conversation um, with was he the owner? I'm not sure if he was the owner of the strip mall or just one of the stores, but he was telling me about how their container was late. I mean, it was the concept, not the concept, but the plot of whatever. The meat of the story was that, oh man, my container's late, and when he said this, I'm like, your container was late. How the hell he order? You know what I'm saying? So I guess you
Yeah,
can go to China, call China, email China, whatever. I'm saying China because most likely, hey, you know, I want $100,000 worth of, well, probably two, three, 400,000, because the shipping is gonna be probably about at two or three, 4 or 5, ain't no telling, to get it over here. But and it'll be $1 million once it hits here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So whatever. So I mean, it's if you got it, if you can do it, do it. Cause I'm damn sure. Hey man, I'm seriously thinking about something different for real. I don't know if
Well,
I
hey,
told you. Well, I told you
uh,
already. Right now, I'm in school right now, so
yeah. Hey, man, and on top of that, bro, that information that you're gonna learn up in that, you know,
it's
that
really
right
serious,
there.
bro.
So, and also, how long is it gonna be?
6 months.
So, by March, or has it started yet? Or
Yeah, yeah. I already started. I'm studying now. Quizzing, going through studying, reading, and going through the quizzes. And then the last thing, they go through the pop, not the pop quizzes, but they go through the quizzes. But but the final exams is like 6 months. The state bar, the state test for State test for it.
All right, cause
I
you
don't
go.
like Dallas, but that's gonna be a good game.
Hey man, look that Dallas is straight. I wish that Dallas would just be catching. Catch.
Well, I'm a Saints fan, so these. Go ahead, finish.
Because I want to say I want to see Dallas win because that would be good for the NFL for Dallas to finally get over that hump, and Jerry can get that last one, and then hey, we good. But and it's obviously, man, they were talking about on I think it was First Take or something. Like Jerry Jones wants to keep old boy as a quarterback now. But hey, you done already paid Dak that money, and what you gonna get
Yeah,
out of a trade? So,
that's what I'm saying.
but
But he gonna have to come off of it because I know he don't want to get rid of him. That go down. What you got? He done went down what 3 times now.
I didn't think they were gonna give him that money. I just be honest with you, bro.
Well, I mean, somebody else that got money, man. That's Thomas for New Orleans. They gave him $100 million, man. He ain't played none of the last year, and he's hurt again this year. I mean, it's
And
like
you
what
look
the
at New
fuck?
Orleans, the only piece they missing is a quarterback.
Yeah, that's why I say, man. God damn it, Tom Brady. The Buccaneers is not it. Take your ass to New Orleans where your skill will make that team come together. You
Uh-uh.
are a 2 minute quarterback. You are a motherfucking Montana. New Orleans needs that. They got everything. They just
Yeah,
don't have a head. They're a venomous snake. They just don't have a head. They can score. They can defend. I mean, they
but
need pride. They need a boost in the ass. You know what I'm saying? They need a motherfucking. They need a Drew Brees again. That's better than Drew Brees. But that
yeah,
ain't
because
gonna
plus
happen,
they need
man.
somebody. They need somebody that can keep their defense rested on the sideline.
Yes. So when that defense hit the field, they knocking motherfuckers out. They intercepting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Turning over shit.
Hey,
And
hey, like
I
that
call it a
Chief.
2 minute quarterback because, bro, I seen these guys, man. Young, Montana, I seen them guys, bro. 2 minutes, well, a good quarterback, 2 minutes is a lifetime. They can do miracles. They can make miracles happen in 2 minutes.
Hey, since you said that, look at when the Arizona Cardinals went to the Super Bowl against Pittsburgh. Fitzgerald scored that touchdown, but he just left too much time on the clock. Roethlisberger and them came right back and won the game.
Yeah. It only take one good Hail Mary, man, and a good fast wide receiver in the right place. Shit, it's over. Especially if they only need 3 points or something. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be to hold these people, man. Like Eli Apple, he was our guy, but he was always fucking up, getting fines. I mean, he was getting fines like left and right. He was getting penalized, and not fines, but penalized. So now, with the Bengals, he actually was doing pretty good. He was playing pretty good coverage, no touching, no unnecessary touching. He did pretty good. He stuck the fuck out of Hill one time.
Uh,
He hit him. He hit him because
yeah, I saw that.
Hill didn't see it coming. Yeah, Hill didn't see it. He caught him blindsided. Boom, shoulder to chest. I bet
But
he gonna have to get.
what were we talking about before we started talking about football?
We were talking about uh pretty much trucking industry, man. I mean, it's like right now with
And also, Chandler, before you do, I want to give a shout out to all the people. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Shout out to Ghost Town Bullies. He's in the comments. Freight 007. Shout out to Tanker Monkey. Tanker Monkey's also got a YouTube channel, and we're gonna get together to make that video at one point, dude. Uh, J Dub. I said Owen Trimble, Flight 007. Rodney Jackson. Ruby Holmes. Heavy Pressure Inc. Trucking with Ty. Owen Trimble. Yep, yep. I think I'm all caught up on all them. But Chandler, man, as somebody who's an owner operator, you've been doing this way longer than me. So what's what can a person do now with the way things are, the way things can possibly go if they continue to go in a negative in in favor of the trucking industry? And what what words do you have for anybody leasing a truck currently?
Man, first thing that comes to my mind is buckle way down. Eliminate as much debt as you possibly can, especially any high interest bearing debts. Because right now the interest is going to go sky high. Um, you can't if you don't owe anything on a truck. You'll be okay. You'll be able to withstand the storm. Even if you do owe something on a truck, if it's a small note or something, you know, you can withstand the storm. But if you got, that's why getting all these extra toys, and I call them toys, sometimes they're useful tools, but normally they're toys, all these expensive cars or, extra trucks. If you don't have to have these extra toys, that's fine. That's why you have to just be braced for impact. Always have, um, oh, what's his name? What's the guy name, man? David Ramsey. Dave Ramsey.
Yeah. Hey,
Three
bro.
three months, man.
I,
You
I
need to
ordered
have
three of his books,
three
bro.
to 6 months of emergency um finances. And I say that because it all ties together. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, Chandler, can you hear me?
No, I can't. I don't know what's going on here.
Cause I can hear you. I can hear you good. Or did your Bluetooth kick off?
I think my Bluetooth kicked off.
Cause I hear you good. But I'll continue and
Hold
work
on.
on and uh and I'll work on getting your Bluetooth back, or we'll just work from where you're at. But like you were saying, a 6 month emergency plan and emergency funds, that's going to be a big key, especially when it comes to being able to keep your business afloat. And everybody's business is going to be different. Everybody's business platform is going to be, you know, a little different of somewhat, but looking at it from the best standpoint that you can keep a business going in case there's a COVID, in case there's a major breakdown and you can't get parts and you're calling around and in the meantime, the clock keeps on ticking, bills keep on coming in. That's why, dude, I'm a firm believer of paying bills up 3 months at a time and then just keeping them paid up from that, at least 2 months, and just keeping them paid up from that point. And you got it, or it's still messing up. And I think Chandler may have dropped out. Uh, Anybody else want to hit the link? Most definitely feel free to do so. I'll repost that sucker down there at the bottom. And while he's working on, and y'all will see the link pop up there in just a second. There it is. But that was the main thing of tonight's video. I wanted to get boss level trucking on here so that he could share some of his information, some of his knowledge, and maybe that can help some of you guys out. Let me because he may have to go back out and then come back in. This is our first time doing StreamYard, so hold on a second. Hey, he's back. Had to stream.
It's crazy, man.
All right,
I
can you hear me?
forgot where. I can hear you. Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep, I hear you loud and clear.
It just disconnected for some reason. I don't know.
Sometimes it'll do that if your phone goes to sleep. It'll do it,
Okay.
but it
So
depends.
where were we? Go ahead.
You were talking about some something that owner operators can look at
Yeah,
lease drivers.
yeah. Right now, man, it's bad if you don't own your truck. It's just gonna be bad, man. And it's sad to say because I went through it before when diesel went up, and I was able to tough the waters. But right now with the economy going, it's the same thing, same thing. But stuff is still gonna have to travel. See, this is what's gonna kill you. This is what's gonna kill you. Stuff still gotta move. But like I was saying earlier about this bidding thing, oh man, it's going a lot of people are gonna start losing their trucks, man, because this bidding, once they started with this bidding thing, you know, they can charge you less as they want to. I got a load I gotta bring to Florida. I was looking at some loads coming out, $1.51 a mile, $1 a mile. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Now that's normal for Florida, but the thing is, after a while, that rate is going to be probably across the country. You know, you're going to barely be making above operation money of that truck. So, I mean, with that being said, it's just if you don't jump, oh man, dude, I know a guy. What is this truck? A Western Star, a 2022 Western Star,
Damn,
2020. This
damn, bro. Hey,
he has
I
one
thought you
that's
were
a
gonna say
hundred and something.
15.
No, this guy's got a 2020 something. And his Western Star is a hundred and something thousand. All right. This woman, he was just telling me about. Oh, he bumped into her. Da, da, da. He bumped into her, and her Western Star is current 2022, 250 plus thousand or 200 something $1,000. I'm like,
What?
motherfucker, you will never see the house. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? The flow, the price, her damn, it would be about 3,000 a month. Then the insurance has got to be about 1,000 or $1,500 a month. I mean, she'll never make it, man. You can't do that. So it's gonna be hard, bro. I can't. It's no golden goose. It's just gonna be careful budgeting.
And they're gonna
Will
have to
for
run their
working.
tail off, bro. They're
That's
gonna have
it.
to
Will
run their
for
tail off.
working. You got to run your tail off. You got to turn that truck off. You have to learn to stop sitting there with it idling while you're sitting there 2 and 3 hours, which is gonna be waiting to get loaded, unloaded. 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, 6 plus hours. That's a gallon an hour per day, 365 days a year. 52 weeks a year.
That stuff
So
adds up.
it's gonna add up, bro. It's gonna add up. And
Now,
go
I
ahead.
uh, a flatbed tends to be quicker, and then tanker is kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
Tanker you're gonna get
pull up.
somewhere, you're gonna get loaded unless you have to wait in line with a bunch of other trucks. But outside of oil field you're gonna have to wait. Because it's usually however many number of trucks that's picking up a load of sand from that place going to where you going, and other trucks picking up a load of sand from that place going somewhere else. So there can be a wait when hauling sand in the oil field, but it can be bad. But then sometimes it's like, hey man, you'll get there. I done got there, man, and nobody else was there, and I'm calling dispatch. I mean, yeah, dispatch like, hey, it's wide open over here. If you want to send trucks, ain't nobody up here right now. we can just get in, run out. Give me another load after this one right here, so we can just keep turning and burning. And then sometimes I done got there, and it was 15 trucks ahead of me, and I'm calling on the radio. Hey, what's up? So we rocking, we making money, or we sitting in line, and I'd have had to sit there for 3 hours, 4 hours. And dispatch like, hey, what's up? Can we get an update? There's a line. They down to one silo, but overall, it balances out to where it's worth it. And like trucking with Ty said, 6 months emergency funding. Every every owner operator, you need to have 15 to 20 grand put away, at least 10, at
Yeah,
least 10 put away. But
yeah.
15 to 20 will be better because that could float you in case of in case of a breakdown
Yeah.
and a required tow at
And
a
I would
farther
like to say,
distance.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and I would like to add to that. Uh, what's the girl name? Coco.
Yeah.
Man, she just got ripped off, man. Like you say, 10 grand. There's no way in hell you should have paid $60,000 for an engine, but that's okay. I know you did, and
You
that's the
sure,
ripoff out
man?
there.
You
No,
sure?
that's the ripoff. No, I'm not
No, no, I'm
sure.
saying
I
you
know
sure
she
that's how
shouldn't
much it
have.
was?
She
Cause I'm
said
like,
that's what she said. That's what she said. And I
cause I have
mean,
to go back and watch it.
even if it was all in, it's still too much money because, okay, for a brand new engine, she did not need a brand new engine. The thing is, you could have found a very s- fine engine for, I don't know where she was. That's another part about maintenance. I mean, I don't know where she was broke down at. Something I want to mention.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know where she was broke down at, but hell, you could have flew the engine in or have another truck brought it in and still came out less than that.
all right.
Because
Uh,
brought another engine in. Let me make sure this brought
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
another engine in because you could have found a very fine engine with maybe 500 miles, 1,000 miles on it, which was very fine. The engine was practically brand new. That's nothing for maybe $10,000, $12,000. You know what I'm saying? And but now these people, that's one of the things I want to talk about too, is how these people rip you off. That's why you have to focus so much on your own maintenance. Because your maintenance, what you do to that truck is a profit. You know? You can't keep bringing it over here and over there. That's profit for that guy, you
Yeah,
know?
and
Uh
one of the guys says in the comments. I don't know if you click on the live comments, like sometimes people ask questions and stuff. He says she paid 40K for the crate motor. I thought, in my opinion, I was like, you could have bought another truck. That's the first thing that came across my
yes.
mind, or two
And
trucks.
yes, exactly. Now I can't see the comments, but that's
All
what I'm
right,
saying. And she didn't know the business, and you're out here dealing with whatever money you got, and you're really effing yourself. You really effed yourself, past tense, because there's no way. Like I said, you should have scouted for that motor. You still had to sit down, scouted for a motor, and you didn't have to buy a brand new motor. You want to brag on it, that's fine, but you could have found a practically brand new motor for probably about 8 to 10 grand. You know, then whoever would have put it in, I'm thinking you should have came out of that with $15,000. There's no way that you should have bought a brand new motor, which I still say was ridiculously priced anyway. Because like you said, Jerry, she could have bought two or three trucks. That FLD, that's an old truck, man. You could have. Well, right now they're expensive, because of the age and the ELD uh, exemption. Uh, Still in all, I mean, she could have bought two of them. You know what I mean?
all right, Chandler. Hold on. She paid 30 for the 30 30 was the price for the engine because she had thrown a rod in the doggone it. The block was cracked. All right, in a situation like that, what would you have done? if you had cracked your block.
Oh, you got to get, that there's no. I mean, the main thing is it's a crack block. Yeah, they could be repaired, but I mean, why try? Get rid of it. You know what I mean? It's different with a gasket. We're talking about uh the main, the heart of the casting of the engine. So you had to get rid of it. That's compromised. So the head may be salvageable, the other components, but that block has got to go. The crank is good, probably. And that's probably just throwing some mechanics in there. It could be fatigue, but usually when you find a block that cracks, even in automobiles, you find someone that isn't practicing uh, a proper coolant ratio, because water will freeze and expand and crack blocks. You know what I mean? But as long as you got coolant in there, it's not gonna freeze and expand. So
And Chandler, it also depends on how the truck was maintained before somebody got it.
this is true.
Cause,
That's
cause,
always true. That's why I tell anybody. Let me say this part. That's why I
go
tell
ahead.
anybody. Whenever you buy something, I don't care how it all looks. That's on you or whatever. I always change everything, because and then you document it, because hey, it's been started here. You don't know what the last guy did. You don't know how they drove it. Unless you really know them. Um, if an old person drove this vehicle, you're gonna have to. If it's an older vehicle, you got to baby it. I just baby vehicles, period. But especially if it's an older vehicle, take your time, ease it out, because you don't want to blow gases, you don't want to blow oil seals, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. I'm trying to type some in.
Well, I mean, with an older vehicle, uh, it's just like an older person. You just gotta take time. You know what I mean? You can't go ripping. You shouldn't go ripping, just shifting off anyway, because you're burning unnecessary fuel. Take your time taking off. You know, Especially when you're loaded. So you take your time. Take your time load. Taking off. Especially take your time stopping. All this has factors. Everything factors in on that load.
And
As
Chandler,
long as you go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Chase and Andrew Jackson and Marquise and if I'm trying to think, I was supposed to ask you this. If you got cause 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 I watched the video with Chase and Andrew Jackson. He was talking about running the truck or just rebuilding it. If a truck's been rebuilt, would you be able to tell or
Yeah, I mean,
how would you be able to check that out if a truck's had a rebuild?
uh, because it's gonna be
And it's a Detroit 60 series, and you got the exact same truck that they got.
you really only way you really can't, because these are internal parts. These are
Yeah.
gaskets. These are rings. These are seals. These are O-rings that are internally put in this thing. So you really can't. And the only thing you can do, and it still won't, you can't put it on paper. Just saying, if the person said, "Well, I rebuilt it," like me, that truck out there, I tell you, I rebuilt it. It's a brand new engine, but I can't without video, or I got receipts. I got basically that's receipts. I don't have a video, and that's what I'm gonna do with this next engine, next truck,
Yeah, but
is
we know.
I'm a
So I
yeah,
mean,
but
I
that's the
guess
only
I
way
mean
you
you could.
got, because I got the receipts, and normally in this business, you don't just fabricate that. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
don't fabricate things. You're not supposed to fabricate anything, period. But when a person rebuilds an engine, normally, I guess it's possible for somebody to lie, but if I got the receipts to show you I spent $5,000, $6,000 just on the head being reworked, the kit, the cam being, checked out, the crank. You know what I'm saying? If I got that and it's in this time frame, you know, but uh, other than what you have with your truck, you got like shop maintenance records.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a toss up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do. Okay, here we go. You got to That's where here comes the mechanic. You got to send it to a mechanic because a mechanic will be able to test the compression, excuse me, the compression ratio, the valves. He'll take the valve covers off. He'll be able to look in there and see. um he'll be able to
And
look
I
in
want to say
there.
thank you, bro. I want to say thank you. When I bought my truck,
What's
I
happening?
was calling you and I was like, hey, I'm looking at this truck, such and such a year, such and such number of miles, and everything you said. I went had two different mechanics, and for me, it worked out because they worked where I worked at. And Terry was like a master cat mechanic. Terry looked at it. Let's see, Terry looked at it first. Then after Terry looked at it, I had Rob look at it, and both of them like, "Hey man, this is a good truck." And they put it on the computer. They tested everything out. Um, Drove the truck. Pretty much, man, they put the truck through the paces, and that's why I ended up getting my truck. And the truck had. Did I ever show you my folder with the?
Maintenance records and everything.
Yeah,
Well, I want to say something on that. That's okay. They verified a good truck. That's when you got to look at the price because they
yeah,
know what they got. They know what they done for it. Then they can always try to upsell you above the actual value of the truck because they're like, oh, well, I kept this truck up. I can prove it, and that's fine. Well, I still want this amount of money for it, even though it's only worth this amount. But I could prove that it's this amount, and that's true because I can guarantee you're gonna get X amount of years from it, and that's why trucking is just a toss up. And with the people that are getting in it, I'm just watching. That's what I haven't figured out yet. I'm watching because I'm looking at who's making the money. The mechanic. I never thought about opening up a shop, but I'm actually leaning towards that because
because you got
right
the
now with
knowledge,
all these
bruh.
trucks, well, with all these trucks out here, bro, the truck drivers are not. The truck is not making the money anymore, man. The
Chandler,
truck,
Chandler,
the
Chandler,
truck is not
Chandler,
gonna.
Chandler. Let me ask you this: How? All right, you can do everything except rebuild, right?
Oh, I can rebuild. I mean,
Okay.
this one here, I'm gonna rebuild this. Hey, old boy was like, I told him, I said, man, the dude that was teaching me about the Detroit. I said,
Yeah.
man, I said, I think I'm ready. I took a picture of his tools because everything requires a certain tool. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you'll only use that tool that time. And that
Yeah.
motherfucker might cost, you know what I mean? So I took a picture of all the tools, the extra stuff, and I said, well, man, I said, I think I'm ready. He said, man, listen, if you try to do it at your house, I'm not gonna come out there if you need me or nothing. And I thought about it. I took it as a challenge, you know, because once I set my mind on something and I say I can do it, I usually do it. And I think I can rebuild that Detroit, man. And I'm gonna
Cause
try it.
dude, you got the
Everything,
concrete, bruh. You got the
everything.
concrete. You got the
Yeah,
slab.
yeah.
All you got to do is you gonna need to
I'm
either get
finna
the
order one
iron
of
or the
them.
hoist.
I'm gonna order one of them metal things. What they carports. I'm ordering one of the metal
Hey,
carports.
hey,
See
hey,
if I
wait
can
a
get
minute,
one
wait a
high
minute.
enough.
Hey. Next time you come to law, I know one at. All we gotta do is wait till nighttime. We'll talk about that
Oh
later, old boy.
damn.
Yeah.
Lord
Hey,
have
hey,
mercy.
hey,
Dude,
hey,
there's
we'll talk
millions
about
of
that later,
people on
old boy.
here.
Cause
You
I'm
talk about
telling you,
criminal activity.
homie,
Lord
it been
Jesus.
sitting over there for a minute. It's been
Oh
sitting over there
God.
for some years, bro.
That's
And it got
like,
my name all over. And
okay.
you got the flatbed. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that later.
Okay.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
later.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I've
Anyway,
been
moving
watching,
right
bro. Hey,
along.
we gonna talk. We gonna
In
talk.
other news.
Commercial break. Commercial break. For all you out there watching this
What other
video, want to give
dude?
a shout out to all the people out there in YouTube land. Shout out to all the subscribers and people in the comments. Give a like, subscribe, share this video and whatnot, and we'll keep this ball rolling. Shout out to OB, that's official business, does the detailing of the my bad, not detailing, but he does custom truck work. Y'all can check out some of his stuff on his YouTube channel. But we were talking about, and I also want to give a shout out to Trucking with Ty. Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
Okay. And Trucking with Ty, man. If you got any questions, bro, throw 'em in there, man.
Shoot, I don't have no questions right now, man. Like I said, you
Okay.
actually, yeah, you asked some questions earlier that I needed to pretty much know about.
Yeah, that's why I was throwing that out there. I wasn't sure, but I know there's a way to get some information because I was talking to old dude from Arkansas, and he was like, "Man, this happened to my driver, bro." And he said, such and such, such and such. And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." And I went looked, and I didn't see the information there yet. So he's good so far, as far as I could tell. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll see. But Chandler, you were on starting your own mechanic shop slash
yeah.
business.
Well, man, I mean that's what it's turning out to be, bro. Because that's where I see it. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just the way the evolution is. It's like a lot of people are getting in trucking. A lot of people, they should be discussing, fuck a trucker. You know what I mean? But now you got everybody and their grandma that's wanting to drive a truck, and then they're jumping into these fields like logging and um, flatbedding because these fields keep you closer to the house. Well, whereas your reefer and your dry van, you got to travel to do those, and you're going to be gone for a while because you probably got to go cross country or at least halfway. And
And
well,
trucking, Chandler, I got another question because Pop
go
Tart
ahead.
Dom Trucking is in the comments, and she says the FMCSA is going to be giving out all the truck drivers a barcode and the ID number. What do you think about that?
What does that mean necessarily?
That's what I was thinking. Now I don't know. Now what are they giving? What is she saying they're giving it out for? Because that's really new to me. And right now, I mean, with what I'm gonna have to go through to get my hazmat back on my license, it's like they're really trying to just capitalize on this market that they created, all these
Yeah.
truckers. So now yeah, yeah.
I mean, the
So
rates are horrible right now.
oh, it's
Nah, I
disgusting,
mean,
bro. And I'm gonna tell you, it's like I haul bricks. I had a lane. I would just go up and down 59, and my one when I would go to the port, I hope it stays the same it had been. But the bricks went from 1100 from New Orleans to 900 to 800. You know what I mean? It just kept going down. I mean, we're not talking about a few dollars. We're talking about a good rate. And I started seeing a lot of different trucks. When you start seeing all these different trucks, you know, you know that they're seeing the same. And I talk to a lot of people. You don't want to talk to people about their money directly, but some people I can get into that conversation with, and it's just evident that it's just too many trucks. So I'm gonna do like my friend Jerry. I got to go into a specialized field. I've been doing it a long time, and I've done it all. And you just got to change up. I mean, they're gonna just be able to have the flatbedding. You know what I mean? I loved it
but
because it's quick, a little physical. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say with the flatbed though, because I have both. I have two. I have a flatbed trailer and a drive-in trailer. Flatbed rates are coming down too. They're starting to get into the twos.
Yeah, I'll do.
Like
I got
it's getting
to the
bad.
ones. You go to Florida. I got to come out of Florida month Tuesday. 151 I saw. 151. Man, that's barely fuel. You know what I mean? I saw one was 1,000. And I mean, to come where I wanted to go. You know, and but the rates are just I'm gonna get into something. You gotta get into specialized, man. That's all I can say. I've been in it a long time. The quick and easy is gonna be just that. Quick, easy, and cheap. You're gonna have to get into the hauling the cars, hauling the oversized loads, uh, the specialized tanker, divisions, few hazmats. That's always been high paying. That's always going to be high paying. Of course, the insurance, if you own your own truck or whatever, the insurance is really high for hazmats. So that's why it's always a focus group. I don't know how you say that. Big companies usually always have, yeah, it's not a patent, but you get what I'm saying? The monopoly. The big companies usually always have a monopoly on these tankers, the
Right.
fuel and stuff like that. So, but that's what I'm thinking about getting into, man. The really heavy haul where you got to have like a spotter in the front and the back and shit. I get $5,000 one way, and you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I was telling
yeah,
JP about that earlier. We did a couple oversized loads, and minimum $5 a mile.
yeah, you got to pay permits and all that. But I'm pretty
And
sharp. I got. You
and
know,
the permits aren't that hard to get.
You just got to get them quick, man. Most guys I talk to, and the complaints is that somebody didn't get on them. I mean, if you know you're going to haul this load, get on the permits immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like I'll give you an example. We did this about 2 weeks ago, right? It was only 100 miles. It was going from New York City to just across New Jersey into PA. It was literally like 100 miles. We were already in the area. We got $2,000 on that rate to go 100 miles. If
yeah. I mean, and see that's it because it's more into it, and I'm just moving to it. Like I said, it's you're not going very far. You just got scheduled hours. You only can go through this window. You only got a window here, a window there. You got to get a escort, maybe. You know what I mean? And that's it. And it's just one. You know what I mean? Two of those loads, one of those loads a week, and you're back at the house.
right,
For Terrence Carter, doubles and triples is not considered specialized, but it's something that the average doesn't do. So as far as rarity, I guess you could say it's less it's less competition because most people don't want to haul doubles and triples. Just if you're ever hauling something like a reel, make sure you have doubles and triples on your license because you may not realize it, but if it has that booster on it, you have to have doubles and triples because you got tractor, trailer, and they consider the booster as another trailer.
well, I didn't know that.
You schooled me too. And I had everything, man. I dropped the doubles and triples in the hazmat. Now they're charging to get all that back, and you gotta go to school. And but in the South, you may see who is it? You may see the doubles. You know what I mean? Of course. But up north, that's the only place I've seen the triples and the triples of 48-foot trailers, doubles of
Yeah.
48-foot trailers. I've never seen that anywhere else. I'm like, man, that's they going one where they can't back that motherfucker up. I'm just
Hey,
saying, you know what I mean?
I will say this to anybody: when you go get your CDL stuff, get it all at one time. That's that's one thing I learned when I got my hazmat. They were like, okay, well, if you get your twit card, you don't. I don't have to go do the fingerprint and background check if I do it
Nope.
all at once. But now, huh?
I'm just saying, I gotta do all that shit. I got a twit card, but I gotta go back to the NSA and go back through fingerprinting, which they did for the twit card to get my hazmat. I mean, that's just more money, bro. Just pariah. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I've been thinking about that container work, but I haven't figured out a way to get into it because it's not like it's a low board. Like I'm pretty sure there is, but it's not like something standard. And then I
You
heard
got
that you have to have special insurance requirements like Progressive. You can, if you got Progressive or this other insurance company, they will not insure you to haul to go into the ports.
huh? I don't
and
know. I got progressive,
because
and I go in there to get. I don't get containers, but I get everything else. I don't haul containers, but I get whatever I can put on the flatbed. Mostly coils. So
okay, because I filled out the paperwork for my was it UIIA or whatever it is, I fill it out, but then I started doing something else, and I forgot to update something. But it's not difficult, and I don't think it was I don't think it was expensive to get it going. And hey, I tell you one way you can find out. Next time you see one of them container trucks, or going down the road, or next time you see one at a truck stop, call their company, ask them are they taking on leases, and if they are or if they aren't, ask them what their insurance requirements are for them to have to pull containers for that company. Bam, you just knocked that out the way.
Yeah, because I didn't. I was gonna say just go down there and ask one of them truck drivers because it's a guy I know. There's a couple guys I know. Big Mac, because he switched from flatbed to the containers. But he's an
Most of them
older
are leased
guy.
on though for that port work, right? Most of
Huh?
most of them are leased on though for that port work.
Uh, Probably so. I mean, but I know Big Mac got his own company, but probably so. But I mean, even if you got leased onto them, if the rates are good, hey, money is money
Right. It's
because
just
they're
so
getting
hard,
it.
man. Have your own authority and then thinking about leasing on
Yeah,
and
and
giving
that's the thing
somebody
about.
percentages. It's hard to. I don't know. Sometimes it's. But like you say, if they got the connections, if they have the rates that you wouldn't be able to get yourself, then it might be an option to reconsider.
Well, I kind of categorize that as a pride issue because I got my own authority just for the control. I really didn't care about the money, but right now it has began to be about the money, and I'm realizing that these people are even in what we're regularly doing. Uh, USA Truck is putting loads out there. These people are scooping up these loads, man, and they're making money on us. So we gotta strategize. Uh, just gotta evolve. But that's the only thing I can think. I know I am. I gotta go back to the real estate. I mean, Jerry was telling me for years. How long you stayed up north?
First one up there in 14, and
He kept telling me, "Come up here, man. Come up here." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling." You know what I mean? He's up there just banking. I mean, well, doing his thing. And right now I'm like, this is what I got to do. I got to focus because you got to find that niche and you got to grab it before everybody else come on it. Right, converge on it. Right now, especially in the southern lanes, Texas has its own.
yeah,
I'm saying the
yeah,
wrong words. It's got
it's
its own
it's its
orbit.
own world,
Orbit.
bro.
It's got its own world. So if you can go over there and work, you can just. And I'm finna, man. That's why I want you to keep me informed on this, bro. Before I buy a trailer. I don't know my man name. I don't mean to dance around, but I want you to keep because I'm thinking about that trailer. I don't care. I probably can talk him down from. I don't even know if it's still
Chandler,
available,
Chandler, Chandler,
bruh.
Chandler. Trust me, bro. I'll find your trailer. I already know
I'm
where. The
just
ones I
saying
sent you was just ones that I saw. I
What
know
kind
where
of
right
you're
trailers we
now.
talking about?
the
Wow,
pneumatic trailer.
Hey,
right. You
we were
seen the
talking
one
about
for
that earlier
15?
too. Yeah, I'm looking about buying one too.
Bruh, I'm telling you, it's you got to change, man. Too many people flatbedding in the South, Louisiana. I don't know where you at, but
I'm
just
in Atlanta.
down here, I mean, it's too much traffic. You know what I mean? Too many flatbeds. You know,
It's
you
too
got to
many
be
trucks
moving
in
like a
general.
gas. You got to be moving like a tanker. You got to be moving something different, bro, to keep flowing. To bypass the freight.
Well, I was gonna say you right because actually, like I told JP earlier when we was speaking on the phone, man, they just had that auction in Salisbury. Them trucks are going for cheap now. I mean, every month they're getting lower and lower and lower. I
Man,
was
I
telling them,
got two. Jay got two. Go ahead. Finish.
yeah, I was telling them how I saw a Detroit 60 Series Freightliner Columbia and it went for 13,000.
A Detroit 60 series. Oh, okay, okay. I got a Century class that I rebuilt the engine in, and I got a Classic. Uh, but I mean, I don't know, man. Right now, I might get rid of it, but I don't know.
Bro,
You
I'm
know,
getting that classic out of you, bro. I'll find some. I'll find something you wanna or you want that
I'm
I'll trade you
I'm
for.
gonna buy a automatic, and I want one of these people out of school. one of these new people that just that need to work, and then I pay them a good price, hoping to hook them in and shit, man. There you go. Because it ain't about
Exactly
the
what
money.
we
I want
talked
to do
about.
something. You know what I mean?
Exactly what we talked about. If Warner can do
Yeah,
it,
because the people
Snyder
that are
can do
going
it.
at this about the money, bro, they're gonna lose, bro. They're gonna be hurt. That's you asked me a question earlier. You asked me a question earlier about who's gonna survive. The people that are going about trucking about the money, they're gonna lose. Anytime you go about something about the money, you're gonna lose because you're not willing to. Hello, and I went off again.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we
We
hear you.
listen.
Oh, I heard some kind of boop. But you're gonna lose, man. I love to drive, so the bumps and the grinds, I don't care. But I tried to whatever you see them ahead of time. I try to see them ahead of
Yeah,
time, man. Just prepare for impact, brace for impact. And right now, bro, if you're under a whole lot of debt, man, woe unto thee, bro. You gotta get up out of that debt. I mean, a couple notes, you know what I mean? That person gonna survive. And the person that really cares about his truck, because right now you gotta buckle down. You gotta stop going. I mean, these shops are gonna eat you up regardless, you know. But me, I'm getting older now, but shit, man, I rebuild that motherfucker on the side of the road. You know what I mean? But that's me. But the basic, what I would tell the next person is change your oil, grease your own truck. Uh, uh, really, brakes and tires are not that hard, but I would say, hey man, learn to do those things. Save that money.
Chandler.
That's income. You know what I mean?
Chandler, explain to the audience what tools you talking about when it comes to your changing your tires.
Well, I mean, I'm old school. They've come out with a way better tool. Thank Jesus. I got to find out who this cat is because I want to send him a card myself. Because I was old school with the two bars, and you really fighting that motherfucker. You know what I mean to get it off. But for,
Hey, bro, it's hot. The middle of June,
I ain't
July.
lying. You
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 gotta be out
sweat this shit, man. You get through with that motherfucker. You like, God damn, I need a vacation.
there.
But this new tool, and this is ridiculous because when it first came out, it was and it was worth it. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
worth it. But I know you should be able to find it cheaper. Get out there, take your tire off. Make sure you put your soap around the edge. That's the important thing. That's the help come off.
Hey, Chandler, can you hear me?
That's the jewel. So that's the,
Man,
this
I
tire
bet
was
some money his Bluetooth went out.
I
take that
bet you.
second
He
tire
just
in,
talking.
you put it back, pop it off, put it back
uh,
on, and pick the tire
He
back up. I have to demonstrate it.
Stanley, you
You know,
just talking, man.
and then you grab
Ch-
it and put the
Chandler,
tires on. Man, this cat needs
Chandler,
I don't want to get involved with, bro, but they need to have him on
hold on,
your
hold on, hold on.
your
I gotta
version
send him a text message.
to the club. You know what I mean? Strip club. Tell you, he
Nah, I'm talking about-
set
What?
down for
What? Wait a
75
minute, hold on,
minutes.
time out, time
You
out.
know,
I
nothing.
gotta send this dude a text message. I don't know where I don't know
You
where
hear
he
me?
got to. Hold on. Huh?
Jerry.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh man, I don't disconnected. I don't know what's going on.
man, that's
That's what I'm saying. If your screen times out, sometimes it'll kick you out.
Hold on, give me a minute till I get reconnected. I can't hear y'all really.
Okay, but and while we waiting, Tyler,
hmm.
what's your what's your view on on the current things in trucking?
I mean, like Terry said, man, if you got a lot of debt right now, I mean, prepare to be running, not to be home. You know, we all talk about a low cost of operation. Shout out to HT Logistics, but right now it's hard. But like I said, I've been at the house for 2 weeks now. I'm getting my truck, one of my trucks repaired from somebody hitting it in the parking lot. But like I said, I was strolling on the boards just this weekend, and dry van is under 250 a mile right now. Flatbed is 270, 270, 280, unless you're doing, anything oversized or overhauled, not overhauled, but oversized or wide loads. Um, like I say, even this weekend, I had a chance to go down to Fort Myers. I think it was like a relief load going down to Fort Myers lumber, and they only wanted to pay like $2,500 for the load. And I'm just like, man, that's not, you know, I mean, I won't say I'm greedy, but that wasn't enough. So like I say, just hope that everybody can just hold on. Usually, right now, especially in drawband land, the rates will be coming back up because you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So, say, just hope you got cheap at-home expenses, and hopefully, you wasn't one of these people that went out and leased a truck or brought a $200,000 truck, because I'm pretty sure those people right now are feeling it, definitely feeling it.
And do you see any other avenues as far as let's say, do you see any other opportunities while you're trucking that come to mind
There's
that you're
always a
willing
lot
to
of
share?
opportunities. That's the thing about trucking. There's a lot of opportunities to make money. I mean, if you have the capital or you have credit, you know, you can buy and lease and rent trailers just like everybody else. You can buy and lease trucks just like everybody else. You know, you have the broker side of things, which isn't easy becoming a broker. Most people think you could just hop on the laptop and, hey, I'm a broker now. No, you gotta make hundreds of calls a day, you know, to these warehouses, these shippers and receivers and stuff to get that contract freight to broker out those loads. There's a lot of different avenues of where you can make money, but you know, you just got to be in the right position.
Okay, I think Chandler, you back?
Shoot, if you're even smart enough and you got the capital, you could
Can
start
you hear
a
me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
I
Uh,
was
Okay.
I was gonna say
uh
something I've been thinking about, especially where I'm at, because it's not enough truck parking. I mean, get enough money,
That's the
buy a good
truth.
property, 10 acres, 15 acres. I could start me a trucking, you know, trucking parking lot.
And
hey,
man,
hey,
you
Chandler,
just
Chandler,
touched on
Chandler,
something.
Chandler,
Go ahead.
Chandler. I'm going to text you something. And you gotta look at it right now. Uh, but you'll see it. But go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say he touched on something just then, and it kind of made me with them talking about the government talking about that there's no trucks. Well, why are trucks all on the shoulder of the road? If I mean, if there's not enough trucks out here, it was already enough trucks out here. Like old boy said, it was more about parking. Where we gonna park at? And and most of these places won't tell you that there's parking at their facility, which I go there anyway. Because if there's not enough room to park, I just go back a block and park. So I'm closer to the place. You know. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm
I mean, like I said, I know one guy, he's a Chinese guy, man, and he has like a fifty space parking lot. He charged $200 per spot. And 9 times out of 10, those guys aren't even there most of the time.
and that's exactly what I was
Location,
thinking about.
Especially
but
right now,
location, Jerry,
all
you're
you
in a good
two,
location.
I
all you
Go ahead,
told
bro.
you.
So you're in a good location. You have to, maybe you can get
I
20
told
spots out of
you.
that.
I
You know.
told you. All I got to do is get it cleared home. What?
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I'm just saying, you're right there on the artery, man. 59. I mean, hey, take advantage.
Not only that, it made me start looking at real estate differently. Look at where I'm at. Look where Hattiesburg is. Look at Meridian.
Yeah.
Between one of those two, and it's right in the middle.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, bro, right now, like I was telling you about earlier, what I've gotten into, I'm looking at acquiring some properties. Wait till I get something in Hattiesburg. You just wait. Give me a second. Give me a second, because I'm
Hey,
done
hey,
living where I'm at. I'm disgusted where I'm at. I'm trying to turn this, just what you said. Just I don't want it gutter or trashy. I want it really nice. I want people to come. I want grandmas to be able to come here, and what I mean. So yeah, what you said. Yeah, that's it.
look, look north of Forest County, Highway 49 between Collins and Hattiesburg. Uh, it
I
was
wish I
right
could
off of
buy
the
something on. Go ahead, go ahead.
dude.
On the highway.
Dude, I done seen something right off the highway. That's why if you notice when you're on 49, you starting to see like they clearing off woods and stuff. I mean, they liquidating that, and that old generation that was once would never sell it is going to the next generation after them, and they ain't holding that same stuff. And they're like, hey, you know what? They're not doing nothing with it.
Because,
They
but
they,
that
they
is
might as well. They don't
prime.
want to pay the taxes on it.
Yeah, and I mean that's business. Of course, as you put something there and it elevates, you gotta be.
Man, did he just pop out of here again?
Man, Chandler, we need to get your connection. we
I
need.
mean, he is out in the middle of nowhere though, bro. Like he's out in the middle of nowhere. Chandler, doggone it. I gotta find.
Well, yeah, man. I
Check your
mean,
phone. But I'll continue with what you were saying, Tyler.
I was just gonna say with the whole real estate thing, the properties, it's not that easy though. Especially, well, I guess it depends where you're at. If you're like where you're at in Mississippi, where land is cheap, but out here close to Atlanta, anything within like 100 miles of Atlanta, I mean, 10, 15 acres, easily probably about 150K or more.
And that's the thing about it, bro. You gotta. Right now, you can't look. Of course, none of us are, and that's the way I had to change my look at it. When my boy talking about how much he was paying for the land that he bought, I was just like, I was flabbergasted, as they say. But I had to
And they
realize
came
that,
down on the price. They came down on the
well,
price.
still in all, I didn't think about the after. Now that I'm thinking at it, looking at it a real estate standpoint, I think about the after because you got to think about what it can be because that's small change compared to what you can make off of it if you sell it or if you rent it for 2 years. You ought to be able to make that money back, then start your profit. Year and a half, you should make what you put in it back. A year to year and a half. I don't know. But
Not
I,
only that, Chandler, another thing that made me look at it was there's a block, there's a block north, there's a business. You go south, it ain't nothing but industrial. And
but
they either
what you're
getting on
gonna run
59
into, and I
and
might
and
be
this
able
is
to
not
help you.
industrial zone, so I'm good. It's zoned as a farm and agriculture. So
But
I got time to get everything up and going before they rezone it.
The most
listen.
expensive
This
thing
is
is
what
that fencing, though. Fencing
yeah.
and security is gonna
Oh
cost.
no, no,
Ooh,
no! This
that's
got
gonna
a fence
cost
around
you.
it, and it's got a gate. It's got one part that don't have a
Oh,
fence, but it's fence laying over here in the grass that they had took down. So
Now you're
it's
gonna
got fence
need
all around it.
gravel.
Yeah,
Now you're gonna need gravel and you're gonna need rock. So that's what I say. That's where I can help my brother in his truck, his dump truck. So just holler at me. And let me know whenever you get started. I'm just saying it'll be a better deal than what you got.
Chandler. Let me ask you something else. Uh, did you ever do dump truck or
Yeah,
hauling dirt?
18 wheeler and tandem.
All right, so that's the what do you call that? What do you call that
What
trailer?
the tandem is when it sits on the back of the truck. 18 wheeler is when it's like an 18 wheel. It's got the 18 wheels.
Yeah, yeah, but what do you call that trailer? It's an end dump,
Uh, Now for the technical name, I couldn't
an
tell
end
you.
dump trailer.
End dump. No, you got same thing. Yeah, yeah. Cause you got some of the doors slide up and you got some that's a flap. Now, as far as that
Yeah,
tech,
yeah.
I can't tell you. The one that I had, well, I did both of them.
Cause the end dump is the one that it lifts up, but you got to have the PTO wet kit, and that'll lift it up and dump the stuff out the back. And the same thing for when you spreading it, you drive forward at a pace, and then you just let the stuff fall out the back, and like if somebody wants a driveway or something like that. Chandler, man, you see, man, now I see what these guys be going through when they be on the stream yard and stuff. But I'm gonna do like I did before. I'm uh I'm gonna exit him out and then put him back in again.
Hmm.
Chandler, you there?
Hello,
Okay, yeah,
hello,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
This
We
is
hear you.
crazy, man. But yeah, I thought you heard everything I said. Let me recoup,
No,
man.
no, we missed quite a bit of it there, buddy.
Okay. Well, you asked me about dump trailers. I'm just talking. I responded to you. This motherfucker. Hey, bro. And then when you said timed out, the screen. So anyway, before I did it all, man. Dump trucks and well, the tandem is when it sits over the wheels. The 18 wheeler one is one with the uh the 18 wheeler. But
Yeah,
the when you was asking me about the PTO, now they all have the PTO is what makes the hydraulics work. Now, just dumping them, bro, all that takes everything like with trucking takes a skill, a little practice. I used to pop that sucker up, man, a little bit, because I could just spread somebody's driveway, man. You know, what I mean, and they didn't have to get nobody, whatever, not
yeah,
bragging, but I just did it a lot. Pop that sucker, lift that bed up just a tad, you know what I'm saying? And then when I hit that clutch, boom, I just keep going, you know what I mean? And it just slowly just drops it out there and spreads it out.
yep.
And
Damn near instant driveway.
yeah, pretty much. They may have to get out there with a rake and do this, do that by themselves. They ain't gotta call nobody out there. But uh shit, where were we at, man? I'm into this game and
I forgot, man. I have to ask Tyler. What were we talking about, Tyler?
brother
Dog,
just went and dropped out.
I may have to take him out and put him back in. I don't know if he. Hold on a second.
Man, I tell you the truth, the Saints disappointed me today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we was
Okay,
talking
Tyler, we
about
hear you.
how we can make how what are other ways you can make money in trucking other than just holding the wheel?
Working on them, bro. Right now, I mean, that's the business of them is the mechanic side.
And in,
Because these brokers are making the money off of the loads. I mean, then they make money when you want to get your money early. You know,
what they're gonna end up
Hey,
causing
Chandler.
is the trucking crisis. That's what they end up gonna cause because if everybody can't pay their bills, and then they're really gonna have a trucking shortage problem.
yeah.
I
Because I mean,
believe
right now,
what small carriers make up like 80% of the market. Mega carriers don't
yeah.
even really make up that big of a market like people think they do.
No, I mean you can really count them on your hand, man. Warner, Snyder's, Swift, and then when you look at the trucks, like you said, I mean you scatter them out. The small truckers make more of it, more of the geographic. But like you say, right now, bro, they say it's imminent that it's going to be a recession 2, 3 months from now. So with that being said, man, it's just time to hunker down, bro. You got to get rid of the debt. Anything that you can't afford to lose, you need to pay it up. That's all. Anything you need to you got that's let you're gonna be able to let go. You got to let it go because it's finna get real, bro. And what Biden need to do, I'm gonna get political. I'm just he should let these boys go back offshore. Whatever, open up whatever, let them drill so we can avoid this. But just get back out of that. Uh,
Chandler,
right now,
Chandler.
that's just the foreseeable future right there, man.
When you start talking about the oil, I look at it as okay. OPEC saying that they're going to cut production. First
And they
thing the
shouldn't have
United
did
States
that.
does.
They shouldn't have done that. Everybody got their own opinion, but they shouldn't have done it right now. They should have just kept it, kept the production like it was or increased it. Waited till after the first of the year, not till after the election. I'm not even going to be political. Just wait till after the first of the year, then made a decision. You know, then did whatever they wanted to do. Because true enough, man,
And they usually do that. They
I'm
usually
against the
do that.
war in Ukraine because I know Putin. I'm 50 plus years old. I know Putin. I know the real Putin. I remember uh the other guy with the spot on his head, when he was the
Yeah.
president.
Boris
So,
Yeltsin.
what I'm saying? Uh
Boris Yeltsin, Chandler, Chandler, you back? Chandler, you back?
Mm.
Doggone it. Hey man, it could be the FBI listening or something, bro.
Hey, what about? Can you hear me now?
Yep, yep, yep. We hear
Okay,
you.
you didn't hear that,
Hey
right?
man, we
You didn't
dropping
hear
that
that.
trucker game, man. That's what's going on, bro. It's
I
people
know, right?
listening, man. I'm telling you. Hey
But
man,
it's
when the
all about
conversation
the
start getting
politics,
deep, bro,
man.
that's
It's
when the stuff
the
start dropping
politics is
off.
what's driving. Yeah, but the politics is what's doing it, man. And I mean, I'm trying to give my Biden a pass, man, but it ain't. This is not
Chandler
cool right
is
now.
like I said to Chris. Uh, Putin's
Not
goal
cool.
and with Russia was to get that land back anyway. So when they said,
Yeah,
"Hey, we're just doing
but
military exercises," technically, yeah, because Russia's not bringing their full military force on Ukraine. They're just,
yeah,
hey, like he said, this is an exercise in comparison to Russia. This
but
ain't a
it's
full
not.
on.
But
Okay,
it's
we supposed to wipe
not.
y'all out. Period.
And that's what he thought. He thought that he was gonna go in there. And those people want their independence, man. Leave them alone. They were fine.
And them
He
people been
went.
fighting,
It was
bro.
some
They
old
used to
people.
it.
Did you see them old man? That really, dude. When I seen them old women, he was just and he. Come on, bro. You bombing houses and fucking apartment buildings and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. And then on top of that, I don't care where you stand. I don't care where you stand. He, his people, the Russian people don't see what we see. That's what's.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
now. Come on now. Come on now. Hey, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
you're right. You're right.
Is
You're
this
right.
thing on? Hello.
You're right.
The Russian people don't see what we see. They don't see these grandmas with the fucking hole in the side of the fucking building that wasn't there. Then they show you the before pictures. I mean, come on, bro. But the reason why, and we need to get off of this because this is some touchy shit. The reason why, man, is greed, man. He just want to be greedy, man. These people were just on their own doing their thing, just like Taiwan. They on their own doing their own thing, chilling. You know, leave them alone. I mean, come on, bro. They hurting you. You got China. You got Russia. What the fuck, yo? Move
Wait,
on.
Chandler, but we've also had the conversation. Hey, man, this is a competition for planet Earth, homeboy. And
But
man,
he's
this is
done.
a real or to call it a race is an understatement. It's a competition, and
Yeah,
everything is at stake. Every inch, every
yeah.
block, every
And
mile
that's
of
why we have
resources.
to fight because that's why America has to fight. They have to. It's like not fight, not fight. It's like we're indirectly fighting by giving
Passive
them these
aggressive.
arms. No, indirectly because Putin, China is waiting. China was waiting to.
Man, are you man?
Mm-mm.
Chandler, see, man, we're gonna have to get off politics, bro.
Yeah,
Them
y'all can't talk
Chandler.
about no politics on here, man.
Oh, good. Bro, he probably still talking.
Dang, bro.
Cause
No.
man, that's what never bring up politics with him, bro. Like you bring up politics with Chandler, that's it. It's a wrap. But Tyler, man, just hey man, keep doing what you've been doing, bro. You've been winning. You've been making good choices. Situations happen, and hey man, we got to roll with them. And until Chandler realizes that we can't hear him, and he stops talking, then he'll probably be back.
I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here,
you
man.
back? What's up,
I'm
bro?
here, bro. I'm here. This motherfucker keep timing out. I gotta fix it. But
Is it does it do it when the screen cut off?
yes, man. And I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
aware of it because I'm talking. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
man,
got
we
you.
get off of that religion. I mean that religion and politics, man. It's just because it's. But our job revolves around politics, bro. We are the center of the economy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just bad. Like what boy was saying earlier, man. If you got a note on your truck, man, if you only got that note and nothing else, you stand with your parents or some shit, you own your house, you'll be fine. But if you got a mortgage, if you got a mortgage, a car note, and then you got a truck note, something's gonna go. Something's gonna break.
Yep, that's why. I mean, outside of the the money that I put back for paying the house off, the money I've already put back for the land. So either way, if something happens, both of those are
Ah,
covered.
shut up,
Either
Jerry.
way.
You're fine. You be quiet. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue, my friend.
Like no, I'm not. I'm just saying, for anybody looking
Jerry takes
forward.
months off. Let me hush. Go ahead. Let me hush.
I mean, it it takes some planning, man. It does, but it's just like you said, keeping my overhead low. And
I'm just everything for you is an adventure. The rest of us is a job. We're trying to like live and pay bills. Everything you do is an adventure. It's like, oh, I think
I
I'll
got
drive down
bills.
here today.
I got bills. I got,
Ah,
but my bills in Mississippi. That's like, how do I ain't getting into that.
I
Bills in
feel you.
Mississippi are
Anyway,
like
yeah,
annoying. They're like, oh, they sent me this stupid
yeah,
thing in the mail again.
yeah. And that's the thing about it. That's me. That's my rich. Everybody wants to be rich. You have to realize where you want to be. My rich is not to have to worry about a bill. You know what I mean? A light bill, a water bill. Just never. A cable bill.
Then
You know what I
you're
mean?
going to
And
have
and
to
and
take
I
that
don't
risk.
have to have the fancy this or the fancy that. Huh? What? Who?
Chandler, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
take that risk, get that driver. And I'm not gonna say hope for the best, but plan.
I've seen
You
too many bad
you vet
drivers,
that
man.
driver the best that you possibly can, get an application process, all of that stuff, go through all of the rigmarole that you need to, your driver file, everything, and put that driver in that truck, and then just keep going and keep
Yeah.
going and keep going, and your business will be able to maintain itself and you. And one of the biggest benefits that you got going is you can do so much maintenance on it where all you have to do is keep the trust going, just like old boy down the road that I mean you were talking about. That's how he that's how he got started. He started running his
And I,
own truck, then he started doing maintenance on the truck for the guy that he was working for, and he ultimately bought the truck. Then he just kept doing it, and he learned so much maintenance from having to work on the truck. He's got his own shop now. And I remember when he first got there, he might have had like one or two trucks. That's it. That's all he
And
had out there.
and it's
Chandler, he got the shop. He done bought the land across the street from the shop, and he done bought 10 more acres back there behind the shop. You
and
can
it's
do
not
mm,
it.
that hard, you know. Having a
Go ahead,
driver.
Tyler.
Yeah, I was gonna say having a driver, man, it's not that hard. It's only once you start getting up to like three, four, five plus drivers, then it becomes a lot. But man, I ain't gonna lie, it feel good to book that load, man. Book that load, do a little bit of paperwork, and you got money coming in, and you ain't have to move not one muscle. You
oh
know,
yeah.
especially in your position, if your trucks are paid off. You know, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
great feeling knowing that you sleep and you making money in your sleep, or you on the weekends you making money and you get to relax or do whatever you want to do, man. Like the only hard part is everybody's talked about is just drivers. Finding somebody that's dependable. Find somebody
Yeah.
that has experience that won't tear up your equipment, that cares about your equipment, you know. That's just the hardest part.
Oh yeah.
Or
Because I've
or
had
you
about
can
six
make your
trucks.
own
This
driver.
eh, that's what I want to do with one of these
But
new.
Or
then you're gonna have the insurance problem. Are we speaking
Exactly.
getting somebody fresh that doesn't have a CDL and then you train them to get their CDL?
well,
I
it
mean, I don't know.
depends,
I'm thinking
man.
about getting somebody out of one of these schools.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
was just
that's
about to say that.
like buying a automatic, and just uh, 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 having them going. But the only thing is, I'm not really all that in on the. I got a lady that wants to drive, but she wants to be home for her kids. I'm like, I, you
you
know,
need to
I,
find something local then.
yeah, I can't do,
Everybody
yeah.
wants to be home every night and make 100,000 a year as a company
It
driver.
ain't
It's
gonna
just not
happen. You know
possible.
what I mean? It's not possible. You got to be ready to stay in that truck at least
At
three,
least a
four
week.
nights out the week. A week. You know what I mean? I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but hell, at least a week. Shit. If you try to make good money,
But that's the
hell,
thing, though.
I don't
Everything is
went out
paid
again.
off. With everything being paid off, like you and me or JP, it don't matter really how much is coming in. I mean,
As long as it's consistent.
yeah, as long as it's consistent. So if the driver don't want to make that much money, then they're gonna be home every night, you know.
Yeah.
And you
And,
got
and
some
I'm,
guys like that. You got some guys that's cool with bringing home 700 a week, 800 a week.
yeah.
Those are the guys you don't want.
Uh,
You
well,
need
if he's
somebody that's
consistent and
hungry.
he'll take care of the
Yeah,
truck.
well, he does have a point. You do want somebody that's hungry.
Well, but you do well if that guy is consistent. He'll take care of the truck. He's a home guy, family guy. He's gonna stay on that job. Now, if you want somebody
Yeah.
that gets out there, that's gonna be trying to run. You can't run that clock, but a couple times a week, you're gonna burn yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just find better paying loads. Get your. Me. I couldn't. I would try. I've stayed up 3 days running low. But that was when I was young. You can't do that. Continuously. So you got to get better loads, get your rest, just run them in the quickest time possible, which is keeping your truck together so you can bypass these scales and just make that money. You know what I mean? Because trying to run it that way, you're gonna burn out. Because eventually you're gonna stop for a week. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be consistent, with 1, 2 days of rest than back at it and trying to just boom, 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 boom. Because I've done it and it didn't work out for me.
And Chandler, to anybody else that's watching this, whether you are a owner operator or you're a company driver, find your balance in the industry. Some people on the road is nothing to them. They love it. It's like you said, Chandler. It's an adventure. But then for some
Yeah.
people, that over the road, it may not fit their personality or their body type or whatever you want to call that.
A
So
lot of
so keep it.
people,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say you got to remember a lot of people got into trucking right now just because it's a job. Next year, or as soon as this economy rebounds, a lot of those folks are gonna be gone. So you're gonna have to redo that speech next year to to the ones that hung on. You know,
And the question is going to be, what are the rates going to be by this time?
well, they're gonna bottom out, and then people are gonna fall off,
And the insurance is going up,
and
mind you.
this year's
Yep.
gonna go up, and people are man, it's worst case scenario. Like you said, the insurance is gonna go, which is already up. I mean, I'm gonna shut my mouth because I've heard some of the horror stories. Dude, I pay. Well, let me hush. I mean, I've heard
I,
dudes paying 2,400, 2,000 a month. I'm like, what? I'm paying a fraction of that. So I'm gonna hush my mouth,
it
stay in my
depends on the
corner.
situation. It does depend on the situation. Now, $2,000 a month is a lot, but you got to think how long you had your CDL, what state your company is based out of, how long you've had your authority. Like, there's a lot of
That
stuff that comes into play. A lot of people, I think, we're
yeah.
starting to realize the horror stories with insurance is because of, well, let me shut my mouth because I know somebody that got that got the
Hmm.
insurance for cheap in their first authority, but that's not the case for a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot of factors. But I agree with you. People that's paying 25, 30, 40, $50,000 a year for one truck, that's
Yeah.
just not smart.
That's too much money,
That
man. Then you go out there and you buy a truck and you gotta know, bro. That's
That's killing
collapse
them.
city. I mean, right now with this man, they're not. They're gonna collapse. They're the first ones that are gonna fall off. The other ones are the ones that I'm saying that may have somewhat of a note, in it, but they got those other things pulling at them. You know, they're going next. You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
saw a Facebook Marketplace ad today. Some guy selling his truck because he can't pay the insurance. The insurance bill is like 7 grand. They said he missed an insurance payment. He was paying like $2,800 a month.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
he said he got to sell his truck. Can't afford the insurance. Which I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't speak
I
on too
mean,
because, like I said, I haven't been in the game that long. But you know, we got to figure out ways to get around certain stuff sometimes, man.
and really, man, I think networking is going to be a large part of it, and not only that, using the tools that we have available to us. I've heard about Clubhouse. I've never been on it and or messed with it or nothing like that. But we have an avenue right here to get facts straight. To correct stuff that we think is a fact, but we don't know for sure that it is a fact. And sharing information, Chandler. When he didn't say nothing, I kind of figured he had dropped off. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Chandler.
go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. Um, a communication, hearing one another, and make sure we're sharing with each other good quality information, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because Chandler, I can tell you, there's two reasons I bought a truck. One of them is you. One of them is Tracy. I looked at the two, and I saw you being successful in trucking, running your own truck, and both of y'all were kind of doing the same thing. The only difference was Tracy ran the one truck, and then it was a few years after that he went and got the other truck and the driver. Then after that, he went from that to doing I think hot shot, and he kept the other guy in the truck until he eventually um he eventually branched out into real estate, and he started doing other stuff. But he always kept a hot shot because he wanted to keep something that would allow him to access the transportation industry just in case something else happened. If the housing market failed, if property failed, he still has something that he can go out and do something with. And
Right.
when you look at your situation, when Tyler looks at his situation, when I look at my situation, am I utilizing my hammer and my nails to the best of my ability? Am I using the tools that I have to the best of my ability? And Chandler, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm going that extra mile, taking that risk and gambling on me, just like I did when I went to North Dakota. And Chandler, you've done it. Tyler's done it. There's other people that are listening that have done it. They've they're truck drivers. There's quite a few
Mm.
people that are truck drivers that have started because they were looking at whatever it was that they were doing, and they said, "Hey, let me go try and venture off into something new." And here we are.
Well, got to, and that's what I was saying earlier, man. Trucking is not really a long-term thing unless you plan on having a fleet of 10, 20 trucks. Trucking
Yeah.
is a way for you to generate capital to diversify your money into other things. It's hard. I mean, like you say, Chandler, you say you like it, but a lot of people can't say they can be behind that wheel for 20 plus years, man.
Well, I love it, man. I've just been around it. I've done so much of it. I've been on the mechanic side of it. Like I said, right now, I probably could pass a certification test. Uh, I just love it, man. I love to drive. I just love to drive. It ain't just trucking. I probably see myself retiring driving a bus or something, a charter bus or something. I just love to
RV.
drive.
Uh,
Yeah, well, no, just for money of it, like driving buses or something. You know what I mean? But Now that's good money. See, that's why I say I got to diversify, change, because the chartering these groups and stuff, man. That's where it's at too. But trucking as it is right now, bro, it's finna get really shady, man. It's just inevitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything going up, man. Interest rates are going up.
That's why I say right now, when I can get the ones, uh, these people, these people that I'm direct with, that's why I try to preach that too. Try to get rid of these brokers because that just pisses me off. Just to have to use one. So I try to get direct as much as I can, as much as I can. Anyway, these people that I'm direct with, man, normally I can give them. They'll be like, oh well, we need this going to such and such. They needed a load to go to Ohio. These are my normal people. So this is after you too, Jerry. These are my normal people. But usually they'll be like, oh well, we want to do this for this number, and I'll throw them a number, and then we'll negotiate for a second. All right, that's how it used to be. Right now, I'll call them. I say, well, hey man, I'm over here. Y'all got a load on. Oh, we got a load. I saw you post a load. Well, we got a list for this, and I'll tell them a number. Oh, we'll call you back. Never call me back because they got 4, 5 other people that'll do it cheaper than I would. I mean, I'm just telling you, bro. It's a sign of the times. Long story short, started taking that long.
Man, I had a guy that was okay with doing power only off a convoy, taking loads down to Florida for freaking. This is before the rates dropped. It was like $2.50 a mile, and he would pick up this load from Tampa to get him back up to Albany before deadheading to Atlanta. Bro, the load from Tampa to Albany was only paying like $400.
Yeah.
And I was just
Well,
like,
well,
man, you know the amount of money you can make if you could just save up and buy your own trailer. Like it doesn't matter what kind of trailer it is, but like you say, some people get in the game and they're just comfortable with what they want to make, and unfortunately, that's what drops the rates, man.
well, you have to learn the lanes because you mentioned Florida. You can talk to people about you could get money. I got a load going down to Florida. I'm only going to Tampa, somewhere up in there. But it's not down there. I know you mentioned $2,500 or something. I'm getting 23. I asked them for 25 because I know the lane. Getting into Florida is fine. It's coming out. Like I was telling Jerry, it's a load that I looked up. I mean, I just looked this up last week. $1.51. We all know it takes 90 plus cent to operate our truck per mile. So
Right.
I was like, I better take this load because I've seen other loads where it was $1 a mile or $1.20 a mile. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. So, but now Florida's always been a cesspool like that to me coming out. You had to really like catch that feel. But right now, I don't know. I mean, you really do. I mean, I've been there several times. You get good money going in, and this was before the pandemic, before anything. So, but it's always been horrible coming out. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? But they know you fucking. What is it? Seven? No, I ain't seven. You 400 miles in. If you're in Miami or 4 miles, they know you 400 miles in. They know you just trying to get out. So they're like, oh, I'll give them this. Give them a biscuit.
Hmm.
I know, man, forget that. So you gotta get what you can get going into Florida. It's like going to West Texas. You better get what you can get from them. You know what I mean? Because when you get out there, more than likely you're gonna have to deadhead back to Dallas or Fort Worth.
Yeah, that's the same. I mean, we think we have it bad. I remember we took a load, an oversized load out to Salt Lake. Boy, it kicked our ass coming back to the East Coast. I don't know how they surviving out there.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
people
I
saying like
mean,
race over here, bro. Over there, anything past, like you say, past Dallas.
you better get what you can get going that way. You know what I mean? You better juice them because they're trying to juice you. Because that's a dead man zone. Midland, Texas, Odessa, all that. Yeah, they got a lot of freight coming in, but they ain't got nothing coming out. You know what I mean? More than likely, the highway. Hell, I don't even know if they got a highway going north. It's just east and west. You're gonna more than likely you're going to come back to Dallas or Fort Worth or go down south to Laredo or something. El Paso, try to get something. You're still
Yeah,
not a
because what is
deadhead.
that?
Long story short, you know what I mean? A long
And what
way.
is that? North of Odessa? Is that Lubbock? I'm thinking about.
No, you north of. I mean, hell, I can't. I ain't looking at the map, but that's why I was saying El Paso. You damn near to the west side of Texas. So coming straight down, I don't even think there's got to be a little road coming down, but coming straight down is El Paso. You know what I mean? San
Yeah, it's
Antonio is what a little
27.
over.
It's 27 that goes from Lubbock north, and then Midland. Unless you're gonna take 20 to keep on going to. Damn, my bad. I'm trying to.
But that's one thing about Texas. They back roads are pretty damn good, so you can haul ass.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying. I had to throw that in there. But they probably got a highway coming down. But either way, you're gonna have to haul. You're gonna have to deadhead. 200-300 miles to get to a load. But Florida, at least in Texas, if you got a deadhead, you're gonna get to a decent paying load. But in Florida, they're gonna get some bullshit, like I was talking earlier. You know, you're gonna get the cheapest load. Damn, you're gonna get the cheapest load you can find. They can dish out. And right now, man, it's just a it's just a oh hell.
I mean, we got you, bro. We got you. We understand.
I'm here. I don't know why this damn thing keeps. I'm gonna have to get the dimmer or the timer. But yeah, it's just going down to Florida, bro. Get what you can get, cause you ain't gonna get nothing coming out.
Got to. At least for out.
Philadelphia,
At least.
yeah. I see you in
Hey,
Atlanta, bro. You should have a good. You got orders up and down. West. Damn. You got to order. You should be fine, man. You ought to be. Your truck should be moving. You. There's always a driver. You know what I mean? But your freight should be good. You said you're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta.
I mean, it's still gonna be well. And once again, it's to the person. I don't need a lot of money, but we are in this to make money. So right now, you have to buckle down. But I'm just thinking, that, when you're in that good artery, man, and how many trucks you got? Two?
Yeah,
You drive one, and you got two drivers.
I drive one of them.
I mean, bro, buckle down, man. Just start doing much maintenance. I mean, I'm not trying to say, but you can make it through. Do you own your trucks? Or you got a note?
I own them.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, you said that earlier. Man, that's the only way to make it, bro. I mean, because you're in a good artery, man. Shit. You should be able to
and
go.
another thing I want to ask you, Chandler, on behalf of anybody out there that's listening, what advice do you have for anybody when it comes to flatbedding or the flatbed industry? What's some of the secrets that you're willing to share that you have with the about flatbedding?
Don't let them coils kill you.
Oh man, don't be scared. Don't see that's the problem right there. Let me tell you about hauling cars. Hauling the car, you just can never forget it's back there. I never forget it's back there. When I start slowing down, I'm thinking about that call. When I get ready to exit off of exit ramp, I'm thinking about that call. And I mean, I've gotten so accustomed to it that it doesn't bother me. And then number one is your securement. You need to match or exceed the weight of the car. You need to know the tonnage of your chains. Like I got my chains are between 15 and 25,000 pounds of chain. So if I got a 40, normally I've been hauling here lately. Lately I was hauling 41, 42, 43,000 pound calls. So I put three chains on there and that's more than the 41. So I'm good. When you see all these people out here with all these chains on there, I mean, you don't really need all that, man. Tighten that sucker down and tighten it down really good. Then you drive about. Normally, I pick up in New Orleans and I'll drive to Pearl River, which is approximately 20 miles, 15 miles. Then I check those chains again. Once I check them right then, bam, boom, it's a wrap, bro. I'm hauling ass because I checked them. They don't gauge. You know what I mean? Any of your straps or whatever, that distance when you check them, the lumber, whatever, they're gonna give a little bit. So you're gonna find one, two, three of them loose. So you tighten them down again, boom, and you run out. Then when you get to these places, which I detest the person that drives close up on people because you're defeating the purpose even in a car because you need to see. I was taught I don't need to see this car. I need to see what he sees. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I got to give myself room. If I got room between this car and him, I can stop. I can maneuver. I can move around. But if I'm up on him, I can't. And back to the hauling the cars part. Alabama has raised. They had raised a big funk about hauling cars, but you had to get a specialized certificate or something, whatever, blah blah blah. But it's because of these people coming off of these on ramps, bro. That call you always have to remember, and this is hauling logs, anything that is where the weight is high, anything that the weight is high, you always have to remember, man, your braking has to be controlled, your turning has to be controlled, even from a dead stop. You can hit that clutch in a parking lot and hit a hard 9-degree turn and flip that trail if you got a high enough um, gravity.
Talking about inertia from your center of gravity.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Where did I
Yeah.
leave? I gotta fix that shit.
Uh,
Um,
you were
with the
talking about your inertia from your center of gravity when you're going around a
yeah,
curve.
yeah, man. Me personally, I don't like my vehicle to lean at all, ever.
Thank you, homie.
You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
'Cause I done hauled
I'm
tanker, bro,
sorry,
and I
but
done
I
felt that
don't
surge,
like
bro.
my
I
vehicle
don't
to
like it.
lean. So when I hit that exit ramp, I'm flat, bro. Ain't no I'm leaning to the side. No, no, no. I'm flat coming around that curve. You know what I'm saying? Around that exit ramp. It's control, bro, of the vehicle. You can't be frightened of these coils because, as I stated earlier, I hope y'all heard, was is just securement. Securement is the number one factor. Then it's the transportation. You know, I've hauled 6, 7 cars. I've hauled 55,000 pound. No, 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 no. 50,000 pound car. Um, it's nothing. You just have to remember, bro, slow down. It's the inertia. Because that one big motherfucker sitting there, because I like mine to be straight. I don't like that side to side. I just always been, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, whatever. I don't know if it's called suicide or whatever. Yeah, I guess it's suicide because it'll roll to the truck. But I like it that way because I feel I'm in control that way. I put my um anchors, my dunnage and my car racks down, and I have it seated. I make sure the guys put it down. You want to watch these guys putting them down too when they're loading them because you want them to load it down easy. Because that's part of the settling. What I was talking about, how the chains loosen up down the road. You know what I mean? You want them to sit it down easy, settle, put your chains in there, anchor it down, and then just be easy. Cruise, stay away from cars, ahead of you. I mean, like I said, you want to look. I need to see what's ahead of the car ahead of me because he ain't going to, if I'm waiting for him to hit his brakes, what I mean? Hell, the shit might have done hit the fan already, what I mean? And I ain't
Yeah,
trying
because
to be
with that weight,
involved in it.
it's moving with that weight, homie.
Yeah, it's like tankers. I've done it pretty much all. You know what I mean? It's with that tanker because if some shit happen and you even with those baffles with the tanker, that liquid is moving, so that weight is gonna go whoosh. It's gonna go forward, whoosh, and it's gonna give you that extra push. That's why. And this is a trick of an old school, which anybody should know. That's why tankers have to stop completely before they put me
Yep.
on a scale. They have because
Not
that,
only
that
that,
that liquid is steady sloshing back and forth. So they have to stop and wait for about a couple minutes, and then they have to ease on the scale. You know.
yep, and not only that, Chandler. When it's ice, I've driven on ice with chains. I've driven on ice without chains, and I've pulled up to a stop because when you're driving liquid tanker, baffled or unbaffled, No baffles is going to be worse, but with baffles you'll still see it.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
especially on snow and ice, you'll sit there after you come to a stop. You'll look at that truck and you'll see it slide forward a little bit,
Yeah.
slide forward a little bit. And I've sat there and watched that truck get closer and closer where that white line is, where the stoplight is, and that sucker just is just inching on out there into the road. I'm like, okay, this light needs to hurry up and turn because this doggone fluid's still going. So
Yeah.
it definitely make a difference, man. Continue, bro.
I mean, man, I'm gonna get off from here, but I mean, I could talk on and on about this, bro. But trucking, bro, is just um,
We
anything
can always do
logging.
another live, bro. It's about
Yeah,
time, man.
man.
We've been talking about this for I don't know how long, man.
Yeah, you know me. I
And
love trucking. I'm trucking, bro. Without trucking, man, I ain't man, bro. I don't know what I'd be, but I've been
and
through it.
for everybody else that's listening, be on the lookout for Trucking with Ty and Boss Level Trucking, their YouTube videos, their content. Also Chasing Andrew Jackson, OB. That's some official business. He does interiors. He does custom work. He does all kinds of stuff. He has it on his YouTube channel. Checkmate One, G Nut, Tanker Monkey up there in North Dakota. He's got all that going on. And on there's some other guys. I can't think of them right now. Uh, uh, Coco's Journey. I know Anthony's going to be starting up a YouTube channel, I think. So if he's listening, shout out to him. And shout out to all the subscribers and people that click the like and people that are tuned in. Hopefully, this has been some information that has benefited somebody. Anytime I get some information, I'm gonna try my best to share it, especially if it's something that can benefit and help somebody, help you get out of the down the road or get to where you're trying to get to, and that's whether it's trucking or outside of trucking. Because I'm telling you, our future is definitely going to come down to the information that we have available to us and what we share with one another. It's just like schooling. Going to school, we learn this and we learn that, but also we have to have some people that can teach and then transfer their information from generation to generation, from place to place, from neighborhood to neighborhood. And I've been meaning to make this video for a long time. Been on channel for some years. I met Tyler. Was it this year or last year?
It was last year.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was not. It was this year.
Yep. Sure was. Cause I had the drive in.
Yeah, we was at the Sam's. I mean, not Sam's, Samsung, getting the refrigerators and
Yeah.
washing machines and appliances and being there 4 5 hours. Jesus,
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that place ain't no joke, but it was a good paying load.
it was at the time. At the time, you lucky getting it
Chandler, you
off.
got any more pointers, or do you want to throw anything else out there? I said boss level trucking, so that means Chandler, you know, once or twice a week, make your video about something, and you got that knowledge when it comes to working on trucks, working on
Yes.
stuff, the experience, and you got the Detroit 60 series. Do you know how
Oh,
how many people would
I'm
kill for
telling you,
some of the
bro.
information on how to work on the
It's a
Detroit
great
60
engine.
series and the
It's a great
FLD?
engine. I've had them all. Not these newer Cummins, but I've had the red top Cummins, the 500. That was a kick ass boss hog truck, but it leaked. I don't know if that was a characteristic of that engine Cummins, but it had so much power, man. But these Detroits, man, they're cheap and they got so much power, and they don't. They're really good on fuel. But they're really decent on fuel. They don't. Uh,
About to say, you
I
sure
can
about that?
I can get well, I can get 6 miles because I mean, you got
Oh,
to turn it off. You got to turn it off. You can't just what I mean. I can get 6 miles per gallon. You know what I mean? Not just roughing it. You know what I mean? But just turn it off when I'm waiting to get loaded, stuff like that. I can average 6 miles. So, and we're talking about a 1998 now. We ain't talking about nothing newer. Uh, and I like it because the way I run, I don't have to cheat, but I just like the logbook, man. I'm an old school trucker, you know what I mean? So that damn clock shit, I ain't got time for that.
Who you telling, bro? Who you telling? And some of the stuff don't make sense either. Some of the stuff like 10 hours, and sometimes you really driving when you tired, and then you you sitting when you're not tired. It's just a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed with the hours of service.
Well, guys, I think we've had a great conversation, and I know you guys are getting tired. And it's about to be the second half of the game, and
Damn.
everybody want to at
Yeah,
least
I know.
enjoy
That's
this
what I was
blowout
just.
between the
It
Eagles
just
and the
went out.
Cowboys.
They are blowing them out, ain't they? God dang.
Yeah, I thought it was going to at least
The
be
Cowboy
competitive unless
played
I
so
missed
good
something.
last week, man.
How about them dirty birds?
The Cowboy
Oh,
played so good last week. I was like, man, the Cowboys gonna blow the Eagles away. Shit, they getting their ass handed to them. Hello.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm here. I'm answering comments and telling people appreciate that for tuning in to the live and stuff. I want to make sure I ain't miss nobody.
Yeah, man. But hey, brother, I can let y'all go. Hey, man, what's your name, brother? Is it Kevin?
Ty.
Uh,
Terry.
Ty.
Ty,
Ty.
Todd. Man, my bad, my bad.
Ty, like
But
Ty.
oh, Ty. Oh, okay, man. Well, hey, man, it was nice talking with you. Meet you. I hope we can do this again. I'm new to this, man. Like I said, I just want to get on here and talk some stuff, man. Maybe help some folks, you know.
And Chandler, before we go, what are some what are just some maintenance keys for that Detroit, or like little small stuff about that Detroit truck or that FLD?
Change it all early, you know. Use a good user treatment, you know what I mean, and just change it all early. Uh,
We're not going to talk about
don't
that.
over rev it. Don't over rev it. You know, be easy on it, and it'll be easy on you. I mean, I tell you, man, this guy told me this truck was a good truck, and when I bought it, it was an older model truck. I said, oh yeah, whatever. You know, I'll be rebuilding it in a year. Man, it's like what I'm knocking on third year. All I did was put a rear end in the truck. So I mean, I baby it, and I use Lucas, you know, religiously.
Yes, yes.
So I use Lucas religiously, and so far, I mean, and I'm easy on the truck. When I mean I'm easy on the truck, I am. I'm like, oh man, you know what I mean?
Hey, bro, I'm the same way.
I'm never just
I ain't trying to
whoop,
tear nothing up.
whoop,
I wanted to
whoop.
get
You know what
there.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never that, man. Never do that, even in a brand new truck, man. Just it's easy. Why you going? What are you doing all that for? That's gas. That's unnecessary fuel being burnt. You know, unnecessary fuel. Just take your time. You know what I mean? Then
Hey,
when you get up your speed, then you can let off. You know, go on. You know,
if you come across I'm probably gonna forget. If you come across a big Cam Cummins or
Here we
a
go.
well the thing is I'm looking at it. Those motors are relatively cheap. It's just having somebody that
you
can
might
work
as
on them.
well rebuild that engine, Jerry. If you're talking about
Dude,
your truck.
that truck runs awesome.
So what are you talking about? You say you need an injector or something?
No, uh, I'm just kind of looking forward, just in case. Like I've looked at some online, and for a used one or one with a 6 month warranty, they're around a 10 grand.
Man, look,
But I bet you
uh,
some money, man, I can find some around, especially down
call
here.
Cummins in Jackson and get you a kit, and then have my friend in Columbia rebuild it, or your guy, have your guy rebuild the engine for you, man. Just keep it moving, bro. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
cause I mean, you know,
Hey, I wish I had a Detroit in my truck because he was like, hey, you got a Detroit? He said 5, 7 days. That sucker be rolling
Cause they
again.
really, I mean, man, when I built that engine in that truck, it was really like if he would have been consistent, me as well, but him more. His shop. I'm working in his shop. But if we would have been like, there would have been like 2 days because I took the head off, I took the injectors out, took them to the place, have them rebuilt. I took the head off, took it to the shop to have it work, checked out, and everything. Really, that was only like 2 or 3 days. So basically, I should have had this engine rebuilt in a week. It shouldn't have took no month. You know what I mean? But with working with somebody else and they shop and all that shit, and I didn't really know what I'm doing. I'm waiting to him for tell me this, tell me that. But bro, I'm telling you, bro, bam, bam, boom. And I've had them all. Cummins, I've had the Caterpillar, and I've had this one, Detroit. The Caterpillar engines, man, they are hard working engines, bro. Hard working. It's just when they break down, you finna come out the pocket.
Well,
Man,
Chandler,
this is crazy. Yeah, let me
well,
go, man. Cause this
well,
is
go ahead, man. Hey, man, you were saying what's on your mind. I'm just sending some more messages real quick, and then we'll sign off and finish watching the game.
yeah,
Go
bro.
ahead.
That'll work. But man, it's been great talking to you and everything. So I'm finna head on out there, Mr. J.
Damn, my bad, my bad. I thought I unmuted my mic. Chandler, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, man, it was great talking to you, bro. I'm gonna give my shout outs and stuff and the closing, and then man, we're gonna wrap this thing up because I know it's getting late and tomorrow's a weekday, and you got to go make that money. But man, it was great talking to you once again, man. Appreciate that and thank you. And we're gonna do this again out of schedule for next coming up Sunday. And with the stream yard, we can pretty much do it from anywhere. So that's one of the benefits that we have of technology nowadays. Uh, Thank you, man. And if you want to click out of here, you go ahead and click out of here. I'm gonna get my shout outs and stuff, and and I'll holler at you next time. We good? I think yeah, okay, he didn't click out. But shout out to CC Trucker, C1 Specialized, Chantal Trucking, and all these are on YouTube. You can find these people on YouTube. Chasing Andrew Jackson, Checkmate One. Country Ghetto's got a YouTube channel. Dream Creators on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel about working out and staying motivated and stuff. G Nut and the guys at the Mad Trucker Nation. Uh, let's see. James Pugh, he's a photographer. That's what he does on his YouTube channel. Just Trucking, Coco's Journey, Local Views, Luke Powell, he travels from the United States to Mexico and he vlogs about it. Mississippi Trucker, Mike's Mischief, he makes a variety of videos and mechanic stuff up there in North Dakota. Nisha K Trucking, Oil Rig Jobs. Owen Trammell, Rouse's, I think it's Rouse's Truck Shop. Red Top Trucker, Rika Cherry, Scorekeeper, Screen Junkies, Scrappy Acres. He makes off the grid videos and stuff like that. Sincerely Yours Nadia, SoCal Trucker, Sterling. I can't remember what the rest of it is. Tanker Monkey, the Highway Diva, the Official Business Podcast. I think that's about it. And also for all you guys that are currently still watching or looking for something else to go watch. I think I don't know who else is going live right now, but y'all can go check them out and see. Thank y'all for tuning in. And as always, man, we try to bring y'all something different, some knowledge, information, and useful stuff that y'all can use, bro. I'll holler at y'all later. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Peace.